Good evening. As Interim Dean and Chief Administrative Officer of Kent State University at Trumbull, it is my privilege to welcome you to the Kent State Trumbull 2020 Celebration of Academic Excellence. While this year's event is virtual, the achievement and success of the students we celebrate tonight is certainly not. These students have not only persevered during challenging times, they have demonstrated the highest level of achievement. It is truly a great honor to recognize their accomplishments. We thus gather at this virtual event to celebrate student achievement and student success and recognize those students who have earned distinction on the 2019-2020 President's List, 2019-2020 Dean's List, 2019-20 Part-Time Dean's List, students enrolled in the Honors Program for the current academic year, and finally, campus and community scholarship recipients. This year, we had over 500 students who earned a combined total of 960 of these honors, and rightfully deserved an invitation to this year's celebration of academic excellence. These students are the best that Kent State Trumbull has to offer, and I wish to ask all of our audience to join me in congratulating them on their scholastic achievement. In addition to our honorees, I would like to take a moment to thank the dedicated faculty and staff of our campus who have worked diligently to provide a nurturing environment where students are able to thrive and develop their intellectual capacities. I would also like to thank the many family and friends of our student honorees. We know just how important your support and encouragement has been for these students, and as you watch tonight's event, we recognize the important role that you have played in their lives as well. Again, to our student honorees, I applaud the dedication and commitment that you have shown, and I join you and your family and friends in celebrating your achievement.
I'm hoping that once I graduate, I'll have little to no debt in student loans. Kent State Trumbull has provided a significant aid in achieving this, and even if I wasn't awarded the scholarship. I'm grateful that I was asked to join the honors program in Kent. I'm hoping that being a part of this prestigious program will bring me more opportunities to interact with others who can help guide me through my studies, and I hope to connect with other people who have similar goals as mine. I would like to congratulate everyone who has been invited to this event today. Your hard work is being recognized, and I think especially this year, we could all use the extra encouragement to keep going. I know for me, motivation is hard to find every day, so I hope this event will stimulate your drive and allow you to push through. To end, I would like to close with a quote from one of my favorite TV shows, Haikyuu. Because people don't have wings, they look for ways to fly. Fly past your own expectations and make yourself proud.
Hello, my name is Dr. Wetzl, and I am an associate professor here at Kent State at Trumbull. I've been with Kent State at Trumbull since 2006, so it's been quite a while. And it is my pleasure to say congratulations. I am so impressed with what you've done. It is a big deal. It is a big deal that you're here, especially as I see the challenges that my students are facing every day. And it's not just the pandemic that made everything so much harder. It's the fact that most of you have jobs and most of you have families to take care of and kids, and you're probably homeschooling just like I am. Oh boy. But despite all these challenges, you strived. You tried harder. You tried harder than everybody else on campus, and you tried harder than you probably have tried in your high school and earlier in your college career. So you should be really proud of yourself to make it on that list, on the dean's list or on the president's list, under these very trying circumstances. I teach writing here at Trumbull, and many of you have had me as an instructor, and you know that I take my work seriously, and I admire the students who also take their work seriously. When they submit work for my course, everything they do shows dedication, shows effort. And I admire and respect that, because you could just get your college degree with C's and D's and you'd still get a piece of paper at the end. But what you're doing here, what you're doing with your education, that goes beyond just submitting whatever comes out of the computer at 3 o'clock in the morning. You take your time, you put effort in your work. And sometimes I read papers written by my students and I say to myself, oh my, I wish I could have written like that when I was their age. I am truly, truly impressed. And you know, when I started school back in Romania, there were all kinds of challenges, the same type of challenges that you have. And I wasn't the best student at first. I actually waited until I was in college to find my passion. But guess what? Once I found that passion, I wanted to be the best. I didn't want to just make my parents happy. I wanted to make myself happy. And that meant putting 100% in every little thing I did for school. And it also meant surrounding myself with people who had the same passion for education, who were there because they wanted to learn. And my guess is that you have a similar experience as well. You also surround yourselves by peers who try hard, who are here to learn and not just to get a diploma. And I think it's a big deal. It shows a level of respect for yourself and for your work that I want to see in all my students. It also shows the potential you have to continue your education. And I cannot tell you how many of my students went on to graduate school. Some of them went on to have beautiful careers. And I expect that you want the same thing for yourself. And I expect that I will see you on this list, on the president's list, on the dean's list, next year as well. Because you're not here just to get a diploma. You're here to learn. You're here to show the world what you can do. You're here to challenge yourself. Because oftentimes, I try to challenge my students, but oftentimes I am impressed with how much they challenge themselves. I tell them, ooh, your draft is pretty darn good. Don't worry about revising it. And guess what? They say, no, I like what you said. I like those suggestions. I'm going to revise it once more. And that is the type of work that helped you get to that list, that put your name on the dean's list and the president's list. And when I walked into the building today, right by the entrance, on my left, I can see all the names on the president's list and the dean's list. And I hope that every time you come to school, you walk in and you look at your name on that list because you earned that spot. And you didn't earn it by just doing the bare minimum. You earned that by going the extra mile. So, what can I say to you? First of all, I think you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration to me. I love going to work every day because I know that my students have the same passion that I do for learning, for becoming a better person every day through knowledge. So you're an inspiration to me. I ask you to be an inspiration to your peers as well. When you see somebody else struggling, tell them about your experience. Tell them about your love of learning. Tell them how good it feels to get that A in that class, and tell them how to do it. And also, go back to your home community and talk to the younger people in your family and in your neighborhood, and tell them how it feels to be a college student who excels. Tell them how what you're doing right now will build a better future for you and your family. So, you have a mission. You have a mission to make sure that that president's list and dean's list gets longer and longer every semester. Congratulations, and I hope to see you here next year as well.
Well, good evening. My name is Dave Smith. I'm the Director of Philanthropy here at Kent State Trumbull, and I serve as the Chief Fundraiser for the Trumbull campus. In that role, I get the opportunity to connect with Kent State University alumni, current and former Kent State University employees and faculty members, local businesses, foundations, friends, and others that share the common desire to make Kent State University, and more importantly, Kent State Trumbull, a part of their annual philanthropic giving. When I meet with a prospective donor, I look to help connect them with a cause that has meaning to them. And a common cause that is always so meaningful to so many of our donors is scholarship support. We have a student population here where many have financial struggles, maybe juggle the additional demands of a job or even raising a family. And that's why scholarship support is so critical for our students. In many cases, it's the difference between staying in school and persisting towards a degree, or stepping away or even dropping out altogether. And of course, here we all want students to persist and obtain and get that degree. You then add in a global pandemic, and those struggles and challenges become even greater, and thus the need for scholarship support becomes even greater. And each year we have a number of fundraising initiatives here at the campus, but scholarship support always remains our top priority. So it is always my pleasure to not only recognize but also congratulate our students and our many scholarship recipients that are joining us here this evening. Congratulations on your success and your academic achievement. You are standouts within the university here, but also standouts right here on our own Trumbull campus. It's also my pleasure to recognize and acknowledge our many donors that have made these scholarships possible. They have done so not only because they have a belief in Kent State University, the Trumbull campus, but they have the belief in you as students and everything that you can accomplish. And I know we're all looking forward to seeing what great things you can still accomplish, not only through graduation, but as you move beyond that onto and into your careers. And hopefully by easing the financial burden a little bit for you, it will make that pursuit just a little easier. And hopefully, whether that time is now or in the future, you will give back or consider giving back and helping others just like others have helped you along your pursuit. And that doesn't necessarily even mean having to give back monetarily as well. They talk about the 3 T's of philanthropy. You can give back with your time. In other words, get involved with your community, volunteer, help a friend or a classmate in need. You can give back with your talent. Each of you are unique in your own way, so find what your skill is and give back in that way. And finally, you can give back with your treasure, your financial resources to help others. That may be small now, but in the future you may be in a much better position to help somebody by giving the gift of money. And with that, I would like to introduce to you Bill Burgess. Bill is the marketing coordinator here at Kent State Trumbull, and Bill has generously and passionately given back to our campus and students through his time, through his talents, and through his treasures. He is going to share some thoughts with you about what it means to give back. Bill?
My name is Bill Burgess. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Kent State Trumbull. I've been here at Kent State going on 5 years. I obtained my bachelor's degree in English at one of the Kent State regional campuses, and I later earned my master's degree in public relations from Kent State. The regional campuses have always been dear to my heart, and I mean that literally. At Kent State Stark, I met my wife, Tara, and 25 years later, we have 2 children, Madeline and Aiden. Both are Kent State students. I began my college career at a large Ohio public university. I spent a few years down there, and that just didn't work out. And I was very fortunate that my mom and dad were able to send me to school. Again, that didn't work out, and by that time, my mom and dad weren't able to help me as much. So I came home and I found a couple jobs, and I was fortunate to have one of Kent State's regional campuses right there in my backyard. And like many of you, I worked a few jobs, and I went to school. I went to school full time, and soon after I met my wife, we had a child on the way, and I was able to continue doing all of that and buckle down and graduate. I love the regional campus system. I can't tell you how much. It means a lot. There were so many people and students like me who worked hard to take care of their families and who wanted to create a better life. I met incredible faculty who, like here, are dedicated to the regional campus students. Before coming to Kent State Trumbull in early 2016, I spent 15 years at Stark County Job and Family Services. There I worked with foster youth and families in need. Because our mission there was to help those who needed it most, I enjoyed promoting our services. However, I also look forward to the opportunities when I could give back and when I could offer my time and talent. I help facilitate independent living skills for teens who are soon graduating from foster care. I became a mentor, an ally, and someone they can trust. And that I found that just meant so much to those youth and the people and the families I worked with. And that's when it really gave back to me. I've carried that social responsibility with me, realizing that while some people may be down at one point, a helping hand can always lift them up. Here at Trumbull, I have been very fortunate to be part of some initiatives that add value to your college experience. Over the last few years, knowing that some of our students suffer from food insecurity, we developed Flash's Food Pantry. And soon after, Tiffany Tyree, our career planning coordinator, launched the Clothes Closet. We're always looking for ways to help our students. And when you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if we fulfill those needs on the bottom, we can get you to that self-actualization. One of the other things that we developed over the last few years is athletics. I know that there used to be athletics here on campus years ago, and we know that many local high school athletes want to continue to participate in sports while they're continuing their education. A few years ago, we created cross country. Last year, we added bowling, and we added esports. Right before the pandemic, we were set to add a few more sports, and hopefully we'll get back to that real soon. But this is our way of giving students, and especially student athletes, a way to compete at the collegiate level while taking advantage of an affordable education. We hope to get back on track sometime in 2021. We have a great family of students, faculty, and staff here at Kent State Trumbull that are behind each and every one of you and support you. And I hope if you need assistance and if you need help that you ask. Don't hesitate. Whether it's counseling, if you need to use the food pantry, the clothes closet, if you need tutoring, all those resources here are free. And again, I think that's something that's very unique to the regional campus system. But that brings me back to the 3 T's that Dave mentioned before. For me, time and talent have never been a problem. I've always been able to share my time and talent with especially local youth. From being a mentor to the time I spent on local nonprofit boards to the many years I spent coaching baseball and football. I enjoyed every minute that I spent helping kids. And those are the days, I think, as I grow older that I remember, and those are invaluable to me. In a book written by Henry David Thoreau, that many of you know, named Walden, Thoreau wrote, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them." This has always been an incredible quote to me. It's one that stuck with me since I first read it 30 years ago. It was so appropriate at that moment in my life that, I sat where you are and I had dreams of a better life and what I could be. And I would add that today, 30 years later, that quote is still just as relevant. However, I would just add to that while you're building your castles in the air, if you notice someone around you that's not getting their castle off the ground, step down and step away and lend a helping hand. I encourage you all to offer your time, talent, and when possible, your treasure. I hope your experiences here inspire you to create something significant in your life. Take the many gifts around you and pay those forward in the future. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you to moms, dads, sisters, brothers, grandparents, to everyone that's helped you along the way. Pat yourselves on the back. Take these accomplishments and continue to build the world and the castles around you. And as President Todd Dyakin said in spring, flashes always take care of flashes. Go Flashes and have a great night.
On behalf of the staff and members of the Marching Golden Flashes, we thank you for joining our showcase celebration today. Our final song has quickly become a band and Flasher fan favorite. Enjoy as we present our rendition of Proud Mary.